What up, Talking Fight fans? Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of Knuckle Up, a special episode here at 7:30 in the morning Eastern time for me. We are talking to Chris Boyle and his team, Elle Coulson, Elle Coulson and Hollie Towl. How are you ladies doing this morning?
I'm doing great, thank you. How are you?
I'm great. It's been a while since the last time I talked to both you guys, and you guys are still kicking ass and taking names, right? So I'm super excited to find out what you guys have been doing since the last time you've been on. So Chris, why don't you let us know what you've been doing with your team?
We've been busy. I mean, I can't remember how many fights we had this year so far.
2 or 3 now.
We had 2 or 3 this year, and when we were busy last year, and also we've been busy. We just keep. Learning, adding up his rankings a little bit, trying to step up a little bit as we go, but really doing well. We've got some quite exciting stuff coming up. We should have been in America last week, but obviously promoter put it back. So we're looking at July 16th for the new date. Still waiting for confirmation, but that. And then obviously Ole, I think I'm pointing the right way.
Yeah, you are. You did it right. I know it's hard.
Ole, we've signed a fight to fight Beck Orca in Australia on September 3rd, so we'll get this one out of the way, and then we'll move forward to that one, which will be exciting.
Really excited.
You look pretty excited. You ready for this one?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I can't wait. I'm not excited for the travel though.
No, it's a long way.
It's gonna be a long way.
A long way. So you guys are both holding belts at the moment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got Elle, who's a WIBA international middleweight champion in PBC Commonwealth, aren't you? And PBC Silver International, aren't you? Still waiting for the bloody belt to come, but she's got 3. Ollie's got WBL European, no PBC European, PBC European, and WIBA World Featherweight title. So yeah.
Well, you guys are racking them up, eh?
I mean, I love that featherweight title because it's like same one that Serrano's sisters held and that, so it's a good change to that. So I love that belt. It's a good belt.
Definitely. So who's fighting Sunday? Who's getting ready to fight Sunday?
Both. Yeah.
Wow.
Both. And the boxing for I don't know if you know. Do you know Jane Couch?
Yes.
The boxing for the Jane Couch British Challenge belt, and it's the first ones for these anyway. And it's a new belt what's just been formed by British Irish Boxing Authority. So it's a real nice one, that, because obviously it means a lot for female fighters. So both boxing for that. Both got British opponents. One, Ellie's fighting Amy Moody, who she fought last time, but Amy Moody basically dislocated her kneecap, so she had to be pulled out first. So we've got a rematch on that. So we want to put that one to bed, Ellie, don't we? We want to make sure that one gets capped off. And then Ollie's fighting she was a really good seasoned amateur. And she had a couple of pro fights, Daisy Preston. So that's a good fight, that. Could be a real nice fight to watch, that one.
I'm excited for that one.
Oh, wow. So plans to come to America. That's going to be excellent. So that's July, and then I guess again September. Sorry, July, you said.
Yeah.
So what are the plans in America? How long you want to stay there? What are you looking to do there for?
About a week.
I think we're just short of a week. When we was originally going, we was going for just under a week, wasn't it?
Yeah,
we're going on the Wednesday.
5 days, isn't it?
Yeah, coming back on the Monday. So we'll probably do a similar kind of thing again. Probably because we have to rely on promoter to book us flights and that, and they're going to book us the ones that are most cost effective, aren't they?
Yeah.
So as long as we get there within 4 to 5 days within, then we're kind of happy because we've got to be able to not acclimatise, but get used to time change, haven't we? That's the thing.
Right. The time change, that's going to be difficult when you're really traveling and coming over here to fight and everything. I guess that's one thing you really have to put into the routine of training and all that because of the different time zone and everything. How do you guys manage that? Like how does that all work? How would you do that?
I think first day, we'll talk about this yesterday, won't we?
Yeah.
I think first day we'll just rest and sleep. Not try and do much. Maybe go for a steady walk or something, but not really a lot. Just get his petrol back in his tank, and then hopefully start the day after kind of like normal, and then progress to the fight like that, and then just keep in shape really. But they'll be on weight anyway, so I wouldn't imagine there'll be any of that.
No problem ever making weight, right, ladies?
No,
not
good
really.
At making weight.
It's tough. It's tough because obviously you've got Elle, who's nearly 6 foot, and she's squeezing into middleweight, which is sometimes can be tough because she is just so tall.
Right.
But Hollie can jump about weight. Hollie was actually a boxing amateur at 65 kilos when she first started.
Oh,
And she
wow.
got pro now at 54, 55. So it's madness, really. We normally go overweight, but we've gone down.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like strange. You never really know what Ollie's going to weigh, if I'm honest, because she's very like lightweight. Next minute she can be up at lightweight, so you never really know. It's kind of one of them flip coins, see where it lands.
Right on. You guys, so you've been fighting quite often this year. Which has been your favorite fight this year?
Nadia, probably.
Which one?
Italian. You won it.
Oh yeah, that was really good. I really enjoyed that. It was a tough one. I really enjoyed it because it pushed me and it made me want to work harder and be a better boxer.
It was a real good learning fight, that, because we fought for that European title. We fought Nadia Flalia, who were 2-0 as a pro, Italian champion as an amateur. You know what I mean? Really good pedigree in that. And she was tall. Yeah. She was about 5'9", 10, wasn't she? For a featherweight, I don't know how she fitted into that, but she made weight. Yeah, she was really ripped. But that was a really good fight, that, you know, because judging timing was difficult at first, maybe 1 or 2 rounds because she was so long. But once we got rid of the timing aspect, it was kind of a lot easier. But still a good, tough fight. She still landed good shots all the way through that fight. It was close. I think every round was close, but we won unanimous. But I thought every round was close. So it was good learning. We took loads, didn't we, from that?
We learned a lot from that fight.
So your record now is what, 7-0?
7-0, yeah.
Excellent. And you're sitting at 6-1, I believe, right, Ellie?
Yeah, 6-1, 1 draw versus Esther Kanika. Not draw, loss. We thought we drew it, but we're happy with that anyway. But she's been in with everybody anyway. We're only Ellie's 3rd fight, that, and she's been in with Mark twice and Anna Rankin twice, hasn't she? And she's been in with everybody.
Yeah,
absolutely everybody. And you can't really buy that ring craft, can you? What they've got?
No, you can't. What's your favorite fight, Ellie, this year?
I think Gifty.
Probably.
I think we fought Gifty and Ukra. Obviously, she's fought Christina Hammer. She's been in with absolutely everybody. You know, fought 2 world titles, WBA, might be WBO, I can't remember, but she's fought for 2 world titles. She's not won them, but she's done well in it. And she was massive at middleweight. You know, like a real big set, strong girl.
Right.
And she came to win, didn't she? Even at weigh-in, you could tell she was ready to win, like. But Ellie's used the range beautiful. Boxed over 10 rounds, which was difficult. Wow. We'd done it, and basically never lost a round, did we? And she never really landed a punch on her. She landed a couple on shoulders, didn't she? And Ellie says they felt like they were bloody bone-crushing shots because they were that. She boxed a perfect game plan, just jab and move. You know, set up for a lovely performance, but it was just good to get the 10 rounds in, wasn't it? You know what I mean? For the first time, which is a big tick box, isn't it? So
that's a big box to tick off right there.
Massive.
Were you ready to go the 10 rounds?
Yeah, I think so.
That's good. So what's the plan for the end of the year? Like, what do you want to finish out the year?
So where we are end of the year, we've got, like I say, we've got this one coming up 26th of June. Then we've got about a 10-week gap before Hollie fights Brett Hawker in Queensland, Australia for WIBA featherweight title. So we've got that, and then they're out again on December 11th locally. Yeah, but we've got a rematch clause on the Australia one. So I don't know when they want the rematch, but we'll offer it them for December if they want to come. If we win or lose, there's a rematch. So it's a good fight. So we'll offer that, won't we?
Yeah, of course.
Bring it back and then see what happens. But Beck Hawker is a good fighter.
Really good fighter.
Yeah, I've heard.
Fight, you know what I mean? It's an interesting.
It's going to be a bit of a challenge, right? It's going to be a test.
Isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it's going to be like in Australia. We're going to have to win well, aren't we? To get a point. So definitely. I think we'll just go out there and be ruthless, isn't it? You know what I mean? Be ruthless. She's got 5 KOs, so I believe.
I know. She's got those heavy hands, man. That's the Chris Boyle way, right?
I don't know. My way is just to use switching to get the power shots off short. So I think we work a lot on switching, don't we, to try and get that lead hand the strong one at the front and land the detonators off the lead hand. So I think we'll just be doing the same kind of thing. But she would like it as an amateur, if I'm honest. She used to KO people in amateurs.
Yeah.
And it's just, I mean, it's unusual
Yeah.
because not many amateurs knock them out. But
Exactly.
Hollie, big process of stopping most people.
Mhm.
So she was really strong and just carried it on, hadn't you?
Yeah.
She looks
Hollie,
pretty.
Hollie, what do you what do you find the biggest differences between the paid ranks and the amateurs since you've now got 7 fights into your pro career?
I think more of the training's different. Like it's more like set things to do instead like of amateurs. You're all doing it together, and you've got more time like one-on-one with Chris of working on different things and specific things to be able to do. Yeah.
How about you, Elle? Same question.
What do you find different between pro and am?
Slower starting.
Yeah, like a more steady pace, working out because you've got longer duration of fight and your opponents are different. I think that's the biggest transition for you, isn't it? And I think sometimes Ollie made a good point. You train every day, sometimes train twice a day. Your training can be mundane at times because sometimes I can say to Ollie, right, I want to work on this shot only, this today. And sometimes I can see we both get a bit frustrated, don't we? Sometimes it doesn't pull off and you have to keep working at it. You know what I mean? And then at the end, it happens and you're really happy. You know what I mean? We've done it in sparring where we've worked on a specific shot in training. When Nicola was here, Nicola Hopewell, and we worked on a specific thing in training and she was sparring Nick. And she caught her with this exact same shot we worked on. And Ollie were in the ring and Ollie actually said out of the corner, and she says, "Oh, that worked lovely, Chris." Yeah. And it obviously, it made Nicola right angry because obviously it caught her clean, but it was a real good shot to be fair. It was, wasn't it?
Shot. I was quite impressed.
Yeah, we set it up nice, didn't we? So I think moments like that make the repetition more worthwhile. Yeah.
That's great. Chris, what have you been up to, man? You've got some things on the go too, don't you? With new channel you said you started?
New channel. Oh, you mean Power Pay-Per-View?
Yeah. What's that all about?
Yeah, we're promoting it. Basically, the guy who runs it is a real good guy, actually. Lives locally to me. He only lives about 10 minutes down the road. And he started up a new channel. It's basically, if you look at it, if you go on the website, it's a lot like Sky Sports.
Okay.
It does the action replay, gives you the punch stats in between rounds. Do you know what I mean? There's action replays every round, but it gives all the, like I say, the figures from each fighter. Gives the red corner, blue corner, all the details. A lot like watching a Sky perform or a Matchroom type show. So just trying to promote that really for them because it's a great platform. I think it's going to be progressive, and I think the guy's really, really clever what he does. So shout out to Power Pay-Per-View because the platform to be and the platform to watch, I think.
Excellent. That's awesome.
Congratulations.
You started a lot of things in your career, and this I guess is another venture, and it's hopefully it's very successful, and I can't wait to see more of it. So how long did you guys start training for this weekend? Like when did you guys start your actual camp for this fight coming up?
Straight away on a couple of days off.
We started it straight away. We just I think we had 1 or 2 days off, and then we went straight back into camp, eating healthy, doing all the good bits, eating all the bad bits.
Are you guys working at all? Do you guys have jobs and stuff? Are you training in between jobs, or are you just?
Ollie's got a job. Ollie works part time at B&M, which is like a retail store. So she does that. She's had a few jobs actually. She walked out on one of them. But she fell asleep in one as well actually. Didn't get caught on that. Don't make sure that B&M don't see this. But no, she does that. Ellie is an apprentice down here. She has been for 2 years. Ollie did a year as well, like apprentice coach. So she's here during the day all day, Ellie, to 9 o'clock at night basically. And obviously I've got my valeting detailing business, and also we're all busy. We're all really busy.
Yeah, you guys got a lot on your plate since the last time we talked. Yeah. It's honestly it's great. It's good to see that you guys are all progressing in your career and good things are happening for you. Elle, what do you enjoy about coaching? Why the move to want to train? What's the love and passion? Tell me about it.
What do you like to do? What's your favorite bit? I think what it were is struggled to find something for Elle initially to do, like a side job or something she really was passionate about. But she's passionate about boxing. She loves talking boxing. She's quite clever and all. She knows a lot of the old fighters, and I can ask her if she definitely knows them. You know what I mean? She's not blagging me. She definitely watches the YouTube channels, don't you? So I think it's just passion for the sport. And then about a month ago, they did the first amateur qualification, like coaching badge. Right. So she's process on that as well. So I think you just love giving back to the gym what's give you, innit? This gym's given, obviously, these two from the start. They've never been anywhere else. They've been right through the amateur system to the pros. And I think it's lovely to see that the amateurs can see these two and think they want to be them. So for Ellie and Hollie to both be able to coach,
it's a big achievement.
It's good, you know what I mean? Who better than them to tell them what it's like, you know what I mean? They're only learning from me, and then they're going to pass it on anyway. So it's just a chain, isn't it? Just to a certain style, and they've both got that certain style, so they develop it from a young age, from 5.
Right, Hollie, how do you like holding down these jobs and then training? Is it hard? Is it hard to do it, or?
Some days, like say, like you have the weekend off, and then you're there Monday, work and gym. You get a bit tired, and you're just like, I can't be arsed. But then, you have to go, so you do it anyway.
She likes the.
I do. The money at the end of the month is good. So
always. That's why we do it. That's why we do it. If we weren't doing it for the money, then we wouldn't be doing it, right? That's right. So, what are the plans for next year? What do you see yourself at the end of next year? Where do you want to be, guys?
Well, what do you want to do?
I don't know. I want to make sure I keep having fights and hopefully win a bigger belt, and then just keep achieving goals.
I think with Ole, we want to make sure she keeps that WIBA because it's opening doors for us.
Right.
So make sure we keep that, and then see if we can progress a little bit further down the rankings. Maybe go like WBO, IBF route as well. If we can get in that top 20, right, and just see what comes from that. I think that's the plan for you all, isn't it?
Yeah.
But regular fights, I keep saying it to everybody. Ollie's 18, Ellie's 19. Do you know what I mean? They've got a decade in front of them. They'll only be 29, so there's no rush. Let's just keep learning and then keep learning, keep winning, and then just see what happens as the years pass on. But enjoy it, innit? We've all said.
Yeah, just gotta enjoy it. Just enjoy it. Go through the journey.
It's true. You guys are very young, and age really isn't a big thing in women's boxing. There's so many women that box well into their late 30s. So you guys got 20 years ahead of you of doing this wonderful sport. 20 years. You got 20 years of doing this.
Serious training,
That's awesome. I'm super excited.
Nearly 80.
I'll
be 70.
I'll be in a wheelchair telling us what to do again.
Yeah, thanks for that. Put me in a wheelchair already. Have you seen this?
We'll both be in wheelchairs.
Yeah, exactly. People have put me in them.
Yeah. The hips won't be so good by then.
Oh, no. Definitely not.
No, it'll take minutes to get up, not seconds.
But we got that. I was talking to one of your guys. I don't know if it was you who told me about that reality.
Yes, it is me. This is good. It's a new thing called Celebrity Making of a Champion. We're putting together men and women. You guys filled out your application, which is great. Expect a phone call soon for an interview for that process. And it's a tournament, $1 million to the winner, and top 15 world ranking. So good luck. Don't worry, the interview questions won't be too tough. When you get them, don't be nervous. I'll be on the panel of questions that you'll be asked. It'll be a great thing. And honestly, it's racking up to have really good competition involved. So honestly, it's a new event. It's a new event. Everybody's really stoked about it. We're looking to start filming the pilot really soon. It's going to be picked up by major networks. They're kind of in talks right now to find out what network is going to be picking it up. The main event will be held at the MGM Grand, so it's gearing up to be a really good one.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're looking to do multiple seasons. We just had the press release back at the beginning of April, and things are really moving forward. It's an excellent program. So hopefully you make the cut and you're in there. And honestly, I can't wait to see it. It'd be a great event for you. It'll really put you out there in the world. That's what it's meant to do. It's really to take, boxers who work their ass off like you guys do, in the gym twice a day, 7 days a week, working jobs back and forth. And it's really to give exposure to young talent like yourselves and get them out there and help them get that platform, help them become that celebrity champion. That's what it's really for, to become the celebrity part of the champion. And to compensate you heavily for it. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah. It's so good that when you look at it, it's like the old Contender series, isn't it?
It's exactly like that. But it's going to follow more in depth the background stories. Background stories really sell it. They want to see the struggle and the trials and tribulations that people have been through. And they want their audience to really feel each character that's going to be on there, each talent that's going to be there. They want to follow them. They want to know their story. They want to see how they succeeded through all these crazy obstacles in their life and what they've had to go through, so that you can really connect with the people. And unlike the Contender, it's really going to take care of these people. Even though you don't win the show, you still have the availability to be signed to a major promotional company. So there's a win-win no matter what.
So good, Dark. We're really excited about that. We would get picked. It's massive, and I told you it's brilliant, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, when I was recruiting and looking for people, I couldn't think of anybody. I couldn't think of anybody really, except you guys. And definitely, I think you are what the show will need. That grit, that raw, that knockout power, and honestly, I like watching you fight. I think you're great, and I think you'd be a good fit for the show. And can't wait to the interview stage. It's going to be awesome.
Interview for you, Towl.
Don't worry. I've interviewed her before. I remember how hard it was pulling answers out of her before. Honestly, Hollie, I must commend you on your interview skills now. You're actually a lot more.
I've been practicing.
That's good.
She's got a dog that lives in her bedroom. She practices with dog.
My dog.
She does. I'm not joking. That's what she does.
That's awesome.
It works. She's talking more. She's not barking yet, but she's talking. So we never know, do you?
Ellie, you're so quiet. You're so quiet this morning. I guess you're tired, right? Long sparring day.
Elle she hasn't started interviewing with her dog yet, so she's.
You haven't started with your dog yet either. Okay.
But she's getting there. She's always been quiet, Elle. They both were really quiet. You know what I mean? On this kind of platform, Hollie's got a little bit better, probably because of your job as well.
Yeah.
Talking to customers and you know what I mean, that kind of thing, like it. Because everybody's nowadays in this day and age, everybody's social media, aren't they? So they type, they don't talk. So that's a bit of a lost art, isn't it?
I know it sucks because I'm so damn good at it.
Exactly.
So it sucks because I lose it on people because people don't like to talk. But
they don't.
No. How are your social medias, ladies? Have you found that they're getting a lot more interest now that you guys have belts around your waist? Are you getting noticed more?
To be honest, I'm not the one to use social media. Like I use like Snapchat, Instagram, but I don't really post as much, which I should do. But it is getting a bit bigger. But I am also learning how to use it better and make my platform bigger. That's
awesome. How about you, Ellie?
I think the thing is with
I just get shy.
Social media platforms, they're great, but they do give everybody a voice. And sometimes I think no matter what you do, people are going to criticise you. And it can be, for like 18, 19-year-olds, it can be quite brutal. You know, Instagram's brilliant. Twitter's not, I don't think. I think Twitter can be really, really volatile. People are bitter on it, and it should be called bitter at times because it
should be called bitter. I love that.
Should be, shouldn't it? What though? It's true, isn't it? Because these are young girls. They don't do anything wrong. They don't mouth off on social media. They don't call people out. They get in the ring, they box, they do the business. They're so humble. They're lovely human beings. But they can put something on there and somebody will spark a criticism about it. And I feel like wow, it's just so they've done nothing to deserve that. Do you know what I
Right.
mean? So I think I told them both, stay away from it. Put your little posts on. I'll put a post on whatever they're doing. Don't have to respond to it. You know what I mean? You can it's up to you what you choose to reply to, isn't it? So
Yeah.
I think that's where we are with it. Elle, you're quite good on your Instagram and your Facebook, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
None of them have really used Twitter. I use it for them, but they're not that bothered by it, are you, Twitter?
I've never used it, so I don't know.
No.
See, Twitter is very. You got to be like in the moment. It's got to be fast. It's got to be, things that are current or trending. It's all about tagging the people correctly and finding that way to tag them correctly. I find that Twitter is really good if you want to have live interaction during a big fight night. Like if you want to see, you say Fury and Wilder, it would be blowing up with people just talking about that situation going on, which is great.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's actually, I love stuff brilliant. And that's a bit like when you get over here on BT Sport, and if you watch it on the app, you've got like a comment section, haven't you? And it's like a live feed, and you can see that goes mad. That you can all comments. It's like commentating between on a fight. That's great. I love that. It's just like when you put a post and somebody just says something bad about it, but not the live feed's good. I do like the live feed. Yeah, it is good.
Yeah, the live feeds are good. I enjoy it, but honestly, my go-to is Instagram. Literally, there's so many boxers out there today using Instagram to profile themselves and put themselves out there. I think it's a great platform to really use and showcase your talent and what you've been doing. I find that one in the boxing world has become really big, and honestly, I don't even know how to really use it yet. So I got to learn myself. But yeah, it's a good platform. But the Twitter thing, I know what you mean. It can get really volatile at times.
It can, yeah.
So how's do you find that your membership has started to go up in your gym now that the girls are wearing belts? You got a lot more action coming in?
I suppose it's been better for females. We've always had loads of females though at this gym. It's haven't we?
Yeah,
Just been sparring with one this morning, haven't you, Hollie? Ollie's been sparring with a girl coming through. Just was going to have her first bout in September, just helping her. You know what I mean? So there's always been big female bracket in here, but I suppose it's always been full anyway. Really, we've never had to like subscribe for members row. It's always been just busy. So we'll just keep going as it is. I don't think you could fit many more people in it on some days. It's just so rammed. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow, eh? So some days it gets super rammed and it's just wall to wall. And any up and comers that we should be knowing about?
Got a few. What's coming through? I've got a couple of good. I've got some good amateur lads coming through. What are looking to turn pro. The girls are not that age yet. Girls are about
quite young, like
from about 11 to about 14, 15. So 16, 16 if you look at people like Maddie and that. So there's a bit of a gap for that yet, but it doesn't seem 2 minutes ago since you were doing that. You know what I mean? So it'll soon come round.
That's great. Well, I don't want to keep you guys too much longer. I know it is morning time. You're in the gym. I got work that I got to do today too. But Chris,
hey, before you go,
yes, definitely.
Let me ask you a question.
Definitely.
Let me put you on spot.
All right.
So AJ versus Usyk, who wins and how?
Usyk.
How? Yeah.
By breaking him down the way he did before. I think the exact same. I think it's going to be a breakdown fight. I think Joshua just doesn't have the ability to beat him. I think Usyk once he gets on that inside, he's just very, he's a champion. He's an undisputed champion in the cruiserweight, and what he hits, he destroys. He knows how to break down Anthony Joshua's game. I know Joshua has gone to new trainers, so that could be a big factor, right? To be able to to change your trainer that late in the game sometimes is very detrimental to the success. So honestly, I'm calling for Usyk. I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it happen because I want to see an undisputed champion in that weight class. We haven't had an undisputed heavyweight champion since 2004. None in the four belt era. Our last one was Lennox Lewis. You know what? I think the heavyweight division needs it, and I think with Usyk winning and keeping those belts, I think we will see it.
What about Fury Usyk if Usyk wins? That's close, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a close one. That's a close one. But then I'd have to the Gypsy King, man. I love him. I love the way he fights. I just love his length, his being able to evade, his elusiveness, his cockiness. You know, I just love watching the way he fights. And I enjoy
personality, I know.
So, what do you think, AJ Usyk too? What's
I think you know what? I think same as you, and I said it from the start anyway. Before the first fight, Usyk will beat Joshua because he's just got too many tools. He's a southpaw anyway, but he sometimes boxes like an orthodox southpaw, if that makes sense, because he always finds his jab against the orthodox, which is weird. But I think Usyk probably may even stop him.
I could see that. I could see that. You know, I find the first one that Usyk was holding back a bit. I found that you know he was really testing the waters and really seeing what he could do. I know that he was playing those angles amazingly. You know, following that jab, coming inside, shooting off on the angle, and then just staying on that inside. Joshua had nothing for it.
No, but it's because all I've heard since that fight was, oh, Joshua needs to do this, Joshua needs to. But you know what makes me laugh about that? Think of it from Usyk's point of view. So if Joshua does exactly what people are telling him to do, then like go forward and try and unload bombs, he's going to walk onto Usyk shots as well. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit like, well, hold on a minute. So you want him to go in, go out, but Usyk's a counter puncher and he can combination punch. He's a southpaw. I mean, it's just sometimes it's a bit madness, isn't it? It's a simple answer, isn't it? That or just go in and bomb that. Yeah. Like it's as easy as that. Do you not think he tried that?
Mm-hmm. Right. And you got to think like Usyk, undisputed cruiserweight. You know, he ran out of people to fight. He moved up for competition. The guy has a textbook of moves that just, he's probably forgotten some stuff that some people know. You know, it's crazy. And you can't forget that this guy is a highly decorated fighter, and you can't take him lightly. And I think Joshua just, you know what, over the last few years and with Corona and everything, I just think that he got rusty in the ring. I don't think he had enough time between fights. And as a trainer yourself, that's one thing that a lot of people don't understand, that you do get a rust when you don't get in the ring. Like you can spar as much as you want, but there's nothing compared to getting in the ring and actually fighting.
No, it don't even compare, does it? Everybody says it's close. It's closest thing you'll get. Yeah, of course it is, but it's absolutely furthest thing away as well, because it's nothing like it. And I just think it's changed his style too much. When he was with Tony Sims and Rod McCracken in his early days, I thought it was explosive and he just boxed simple process.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I think they've tried to change too many things, but too many different trainers in. I don't know, mixed messages in corner, never a good thing. And I think, sometimes, like you say, it can be detrimental. Whereas Usyk, it's like Popachenko most of the time in his training somewhere, right. And that's genius, isn't it? You know what I mean? And Usyk had something like 370 odd amateur fights.
Yeah, ridiculous with amateur fights.
The learning there, isn't it?
When you got that kind of ring exposure and that many fights under your belt, amateur, and then into your pro career. You can't trade that experience for nothing. It's just, the guy knows every inch of every kind of ring there is. He's been through it, he's been in it, and that's why he's a champ. That's why he is what he is, right?
It's brilliant to watch as well. He's one of them boxers that you can watch and think you can watch round and then rewind it and watch the round again, because you'll have missed something. That. You know what I mean? Because it's so clever. You know what I mean? Go back, watch it again, and you'll pick 3 or 4 different things up. But what we haven't even noticed, because it's that good. You know what I mean? It's that technical. The guy's great. I love watching him. A bit like Lomachenko, same, isn't it? Very great. Very elusive. But angles are brilliant, aren't they? His angles and that. I mean, we'll put girls on spot. I know that's what you were saying on that fight.
I agree with you both. I think he is going to pick him off.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you reckon stoppage or point?
I don't know. I think he's going to stop it. It might in the later rounds.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Later, maybe 11. Yeah. 9 to 11.
I think he will pick him off and frustrate him a lot.
Good choice, Elle.
Yeah, I think so.
So saying late round stoppage. So we're all going late round stoppage anyway. We could all be on job.
You know what? I'm thinking the same. I don't think it's going to go the distance. I'm thinking late round stoppage, and I'm saying it's Usyk because I don't think AJ has enough in his repertoire or in his tank to even go with him. Honestly, I can't see it happening. Well, ladies, good luck this weekend. I can't wait to see what the outcome is. I'll be rooting for you. All the fans here will be rooting for you. Chris, always a pleasure. Always a great talk. I'll definitely have to get you on in less time this time because, it was far too long to get you back on here and talk boxing, man. It's always a pleasure. Ladies, honestly, good luck. We'll see you soon. You know what it is, man. I enjoy talking to you guys every time.
Tune in to Power Pay-Per-View Sunday.
There you go. Power Pay-Per-View Sunday, guys. You heard it here to all my Talkin' Fight fans. Thank you for tuning in to this special episode, special interview with Chris Boyle, Elle, Coulson, and Hollie Towl. We'll see you next time. Same channel. You know what it is. Peace.
Cheers, mate.